So, I don't know what it's gonna take, man. I don't know what it's gonna take. Others BTC, like, it's round tripped 8 years, bro. 8 years gone. 8 years destroyed. So it's gonna take the monster update news. I don't know what it is. It's inconceivable to me. And yeah, I do think about that bad scenario in our mind where the only thing we can conceive, and remember, we're probably going to be wrong, is we think about QE and 0% rates, but they only do that because literally there's freaking a comet heading to Earth. So everything's been nuked anyway. So I don't think we're going to get that because that's what everyone thinks. I don't know. So we're in literally the worst depression of all time. It's never gotten better for 5 years. Others BTC is still red. Yeah, it just hasn't gone like at all. No relief. We're in the only industry in the world, it just hasn't gone better for no reason. Even though we've made all this shit, that's the worst part. They've actually made applications, ZK, improved blockchain stuff. No one gives a shit. I don't know. I was always thinking in my mind though, if pDAI is 3 cents, I'm euphoric. Yeah, that doesn't take much, but pDAI 3 cents. I don't know why. Just for some reason, that's just the unicorn one. Everything else, I don't care. I don't care about anything else. Ethereum 6, 7, 8, 9K. I don't give a shit. Bitcoin, I don't give a shit. I hold them. I just don't care. That just doesn't mean anything. It's just for some reason the unicorn, the unicorn that blow everyone's mind. That's what I care about. Otherwise, what else can we do, sir? Because it's a trader's environment now. Everybody's PvP mercenary. Yeah, it's not nice. Like, it's not about what I think now, bro. You got to think. I'm scarred for life now because I'm not talking about now. Everything's gonna be fine. I don't give a shit about that, bro. All I care about is Vitalik fucked us. Vitalik got fucked. I couldn't believe it. The 4,000 IQ alien, the 17-year-old kid, the prodigy, the kid who invented EVM, his altcoin went down 89% against Bitcoin after 8 years. And he didn't sit on his ass either. They brought us Uniswap. They brought us Chainlink oracles. They invented Aave, Compound, stablecoins, gaming, NFTs, bro. Zero knowledge tech, privacy. The utility keeps stacking. They changed the code to make Ethereum burn more coins. What did it count for, sir? Nothing. Literally nothing. So if you're listening out there, baby dolls, I've turned this into a full video because Sammy's asked, Sammy, when does your script stop being depressed? You were upbeat bull for 2 years. That's what. So I want to let you know, friends, I'm not thinking about today, man. I'm thinking about the next 10, 20 years. Like, we got our Great Depression. We did. All right. And I'll explain that for you, what it means. This is ETH BTC, man. Like, Vitalik, bro, down 89% against Bitcoin. I mean, like, friends, look at it, bro. These people, they're not even wrong yet. Look at all of these. Uniswap, Unichain, damaging Ethereum. Here's Vitalik. Nobody is interested in your crypto philosophizing. Crypto banter. This is the end of Ethereum. Ben Copen, Ethereum, you're trash. Yeah, $500, but it doesn't matter. The sunk cost fallacy. All of these things, man. This was like the one thing you're like, oh my gosh. If you can get destroyed, no one's safe, man. Literally no one's safe. Now, I want to show you. Look, when you look at XRP, when you see XRP, for example, you get it, all right? Because XRP, from the launch in 2013, it's down 58% against Bitcoin. From 2017, it's still down 91% against Bitcoin. But you got to, let's play some angel music for us, okay? You give a bit of leeway because XRP, it's Ripple. Ripple gave themselves 80% of the tokens. They dumped them at 30% below market price. So yeah, when XRP was $1, they were selling it for 70 cents to market makers who dump. They've invented nothing, literally nothing. all they did, they copy-pasted XRP Ledger. They copy-pasted NFT tech. Not sure if you guys knew, they spent, literally, this is the craziest part. They spent 7 years. So from 2014 to 2021, they took about $1.1 billion at least. At least they spent $1.1 billion to invent their payment standard, the XRP standard. And they threw it out. They couldn't even make an AMM like Uniswap. They just copy-pasted Uniswap at the end. They just capitulated. So like when I tell you that, you're like, okay, all right, you guys deserve to be down. Like, you know, you wasted $1.1 billion. You gave yourself 80% of the tokens. You're not even decentralized. Fair enough. You got this chart. All right, XRP. I mean, by the way, that's why if XRP goes up, I'm very excited for everyone in there. But for Vitalik and Ethereum, you invented everything, bro. You gotta understand, friends. Ethereum is cheating. You know that? They changed the code to make it hyper burn more Ethereum. They just changed the monetary policy. But it's always rewarding. It's meant to reward and benefit holders to make it more scarce. And unfortunately, it meant nothing. Now, when I say we had our Great Depression moment, what I mean by that? Well, it's not just me talking, it's you talking. Yeah? You and everyone I've spoken to. All of us. DMs, Twitter, YouTube comments. You all say the same thing. You all say, over my dead body, am I ever going to touch another altcoin again? Truck them all to hell. I'm a Bitcoin Maxi now. Yeah, every single one of you. But it's funny, whenever everyone messages me privately or they catch me or something, you think you got an original idea? No, dude. There's like 30 of you. Us. Everyone's saying that. Everyone's come to the same conclusion. That's wild. Some interesting history for you. When I say we are in a Great Depression moment, this is the Dow Jones, all right? Dow Jones dropped 87%, 89% in the Great Depression. But what happened was it took 17 years to come back up, all right? Now, it's funny, in crypto, 3.5 years of real time is about 1 year of crypto time. So if you want to know something funny, if you divide 17 years into 3.5, okay, it's actually how long we've been in a crypto altcoin bear market, about 4.8 years. It's like we're at the bottom now. We've had a Great Depression, okay? Now, what does a Great Depression moment actually mean, okay? Well, let me tell you something, okay? And what I'm about to tell you, keep this lesson for life. The Great Depression was so bad that the silent generation, okay? So the people who were like, you know, age 20 to 40 during the Great Depression, we call them the silent generation, yeah? It's a lot of our grandparents or great-grandparents, okay? Silent generation, right? They had to live through World War I and World War II, yeah? So the silent generation were so scarred from this destruction of stocks, destruction of finance, this curse of money. They were so scarred that they did not want to touch stocks for a long time. Forever, you know? Literally forever. It took an entire generation of them to get old and for their children to be born and hit 20 to 25 and for them to have a punt now. Yeah. You literally... Yeah, man, it was crazy. You literally had to wipe out like 20 to 25 years. You know who knows this? Every economist in the world and the government. That's why, you ever wonder why when the stock market goes down, they immediately print money and do a stimulus? Because they all studied the Great Depression. Because they saw the dangers of when things go down, the longer they stay down, it damages your psyche so much you refuse to get back in. Yeah? Collectively. People started to see things like, you know, they related money to like evil, money being the root of all evil. We know that from the Bible. But yeah, that's pretty much it sunk in. Now, this is where the tragedy of the commons comes, because we got to learn this. Okay, I'm not like, that's what I'm telling you. It's sad now, but like, you roll this again for me next cycle, I'm punting altcoins again. Yeah, I am. Because one, you already know, right, from watching me, if everyone wants to be a Bitcoin Maxi, okay, you know the motherload of curses is coming for your next bear market. I don't know how, I don't know where, somewhere, everyone's going to get screwed. Just like how no one could perceive that when ETH BTC was at 0.088, that it's going to go freaking down only for 4 years and Vitalik is going to be embarrassed on the world stage and as a soy drinker. It's all because the business cycle's down, right? But you could never conceive that. Well, that's why I'm telling you, if you can't conceive, altcoin is going to poop all over Bitcoin in the future. And being a Bitcoin Maxi, you are going to regret it. You're going to wake up every day, you're going to regret it somewhere down the line. Because I just know everyone's going to be stacked in it, right? Now, the tragedy of the commons, right? What happened in the 50s, friends? Well, this is where you have to really pay attention, okay? So you don't repeat mistakes of the past. The silent generation, they want nothing to do with finance, stocks, business, nothing. They hated money. There's soup lines, 18% unemployment. It was the end of times, okay? They hated investment so much, they would only touch guaranteed low-risk stuff. After World War II, so we went to war with the Austrian painter. He's World War II, okay? The guy with the mustache, he was defeated here, okay? So they had a lot of debt to pay off, okay? Everyone around the world, a lot of debt. But what the governments did was to pay off and defeat the Austrian painter, right? They had to basically take, everyone took a lot of debt from their citizens, and they go, okay, look, man, you know, it is what it is. We've got to go to war. There's a lot of war bonds. They call them war bonds. Pretty much, you know, spending went through the roof. So this is what happens there. Now they're so scared, they didn't want to touch stocks. What do? They bought bonds. They bought what they thought was risk-free, safe. And during this period of time, as the stock market goes up, as everybody's damaged psyche is like plaguing them and gripping them so hard, all the retailers, the mums and dads, they were long government bonds. And why? They're getting a nice 4% per year, whatever it was. It's about 4%. The country's currency debasement rate was a whopping 10%. So they got absolutely obliterated. Yeah. So roughly during that time, they ran a super inflationary policy. Why is that? That's with the money supply. It's to pay off the debt. They had such enormous debt. The only way to pay it off was you sell bonds to the retardio retailers, but they didn't know any better back then. They'd been scarred from the Great Depression. They're like, I never want to touch this again. Just like our altcoin bear market. You're like, I never want to touch this shit again. This is just the biggest regret of my life. Here, give me these safe bonds. They get into the safe bonds and then they get debased to hell for 10 years. They didn't even have the financial tools to understand what was going on at the time. They had no idea. They thought they were making money. But by the end of the decade, guess what happened? You know that middle class? They lost 60% of their purchasing power. Yeah, what a butchering. 60% of your purchasing power was gone in 10 years. Well done. So all the money you put for bonds, because they're like, oh, take this 4% yield. Yeah, they were printing like 10+%. It was literally carnage. But at the end of the 10 years, what happened? They got the debt to a sustainable level. They go, sweet, we get to now continue and go on to just continue with the government. So who was the sucker? The middle class and the lower class, right? Very interesting how that played out. So I'm now telling you, so as this funny, as the stock market finally goes up and we recover out, yeah, these people got absolutely decimated. And look what we've gone through in altcoins. We've had our own Great Depression, okay? You drop 90% worse. It's been up for 4.5 years. And to make things even more pathetic, that's why when I show you the business cycle, it just looks like absolutely horrific. To make everything more pathetic, in this period of time, we've seen a bull market in Bitcoin, AI, biotech. You've seen a bull market in gold. Like I said, Uncle Peter Schiff, he's ejaculating in his pants right now. Gold stocks, silver. The price of steak has gone up 14% per year. All of this has gone up while our altcoins drop 90%. Like, to make it even worse. Like, they're not even trying to go up. You know what I mean? It's just literally destroyed. Crushed. And then, like, you know, to throw salt in the wound, the people who are left in the trenches, they just, like, make new coins, and they just try to, like, rob the remaining mine share, and they don't go back to the old ones. Because the cost of making the coins basically need nothing. It's not like making a whole new steel factory company or something, right? So, this has made the game harder. And, like, it's tough, man. Because I want you to just learn from this. This is... My emotions, they're not reflecting now. They're reflecting the 5, 10-year, 15-year tragedy of the commons. That's what you're seeing of my reaction. I'm like, man, if they could do this to Vitalik, they do this to anyone. We all got destroyed. Every single one of us, you know. And, like, who's laughing now? They're laughing now. They're not going to be laughing for long. Okay, it's going to happen to them. Bitcoin Maxis have cursed themselves into oblivion. The amount of disgusting stuff I've seen from that camp, sold their souls to BlackRock, all the Bitcoin OJs have been dumping around 100K. Like, it's going to be one hell of a mess. That's why I've always been telling you guys, you know, not financial advice. I've just been saying, look, for the love of God, just be really, really, really careful about buying the first Bitcoin dominance dip on the way down. You have to unwind guys like, you know, Crypto, who've got like over 1,000 Bitcoin now from leverage trading casinos. You've got to unwind all that karma. Yeah. Sending people to their deaths. Friends, you see it every day. We just saw the Black Swan October 10th event. They liquidated the shit out of people with literally 1.3x leverage. They robbed everyone. $22 billion. Robbed. The white whale literally lost $40 million off the Hyperliquid exchange. Okay. Robbed. What do they do next day? Act like nothing happened. Oh, come and sign up to this leverage exchange. They know it's a 1% win rate. It's from Bitcoin Maxi camp. It is. Look at the biggest leverage exchange, Shillers. Did you figure it out yet? I made a video about this last year. The biggest, most damaging Shillers in crypto, they're not altcoiners. They're actually Bitcoiners. That's the sad part. Because they keep sending people to leverage exchanges. These leverage exchanges rob the crap out of you. And they know it. They know the stats. Like I said, friends, if you invited 100 people over for dinner, but 99 of them were going to get diarrhea and one person was going to be okay, are you going to go wave that healthy person out in front and go, see, you know, Johnny, like, he eats shit for breakfast. He didn't get tapeworms. My cooking was fine. Okay. How unrealistic is that? What do you think your friends and family are going to say? They're going to think you're trying to poison them. Okay. Well, leverage exchanges, it's a 1% win rate. They are being fed poison. It's all from the Bitcoin Maxi camp. The most amount of money lost is from Bitcoin Maxi, friends. That's why how this story is going to unravel, there's going to be so many twists and turns and karma unwinding. You know, I hope you learned something from this, friends. I've turned this into a full video because Sammy asked, you know, like what's going on? Well, now you know what's going on. Okay? Now you know what's going on. The game's, yeah, it's hard now. It's got harder. So that's why, like, I've shown you, and I've learned from history, the tragedy of the commons, the tragedy of the masses. Yeah. They're bitten so hard. How do they go react? So just be careful of that. Just be wary of that. Right? Be extremely wary. Be cautious of what we've gone through. So I want you to learn from this, you know. Because what friends, what do most people do? It's bad. They look away. They go away, take a holiday, come back 3 months. You know, but you don't learn anything, man, because, like, you're going to roll the dice again. Yeah, because I've learned for us. I'm here to serve you. I'm here to show you we went through a Great Depression. Yeah, we literally did the years. Altcoin Great Depression. It's damaged the psychology. People don't want to touch this shit, which is, I'm still holding, right? With the strongest hands ever, but I know where people are going to move on to. They've all become Bitcoin Maxis. Every single person, go check this comment section. Go check every single comment section. You know what? Crypto bands, it doesn't matter. If they say, I'm never touching altcoins again, Bitcoin is the way. Bitcoin Maxi, I'm a Bitcoin Maxi for life now. So, you know, you want to get ahead of the game, man. This is how you get ahead of the game. Because, you know, I mean, look at it. Yeah. Is the market handing you and me out 50x ICO returns like they did 2017 style? Hell no. The game did get infinitely harder. But you are now infinitely smarter. Let's see if we do get the friendship Bitcoin dominance move. Like, subscribe, belly button, or catch you soon.